very quickly. Do you really have the time? Day trading means you need to sit in front of a computer all day, every day, or not every day, but you need to be consistent when you sit down to the computer. It's not something that you can kind of do on your iPhone, peek at the charts every now and then. You have to be fully committed to it. You need to be able to say to yourself, I'm going to sit down for X amount of time, and it needs to be a good period of time. You can't sit down for 15 minutes. That doesn't make sense. So ideally you want to be able to sit down for a session, even if it's the morning UK session or the afternoon session, fine, but you need to be consistent in that. So do you have the time to do this? If you don't, there's no point in attempting to day trade because you're really setting yourself up for failure. Day trading, you have to get into a rhythm. Okay. You don't always have, depending on the source of charts that you trade, you don't have a great deal of time to make your trading decisions. You're in, you're out of the market. The markets are moving. There's momentum. You need to be focused. It really is. It's different to swing trading in the sense that you can't just, you can't spend 15 minutes a day or half an hour a day browsing the charts and then walk away. You really need to be in the moment and focused on the job at hand. You then need to create a schedule, okay, and you need to stick to it. So what do I mean by this? I'm not saying you need to trade every day, but you at least need to know that you're going to trade, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, for example, or Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, or Tuesday and Wednesday. Whatever it is, you need to have the same schedule and you need to stick to it because trading is about consistency and you need to be consistent and disciplined in the way that you approach the market because that will ensure that you're more consistent and disciplined when you're actually trading it. It's a very, very important point there. So do you really have the time? And if you do have the time, then you need to create a schedule. You need to stick to it. One of the things that we do in our seminars is we hand round like a diary. Okay, and we say to people, fill this in. So it gives you 5 days a week. It gives you from 6 a.m. in the morning till 10 p.m. at night and say, okay, shade it in which areas can you actually trade. Okay, so some people say, we want to day trade and all of this. And say, okay, shade in the areas where you're not working or doing something else and you can fully commit it to your actual trading. And then when they actually end up filling it in, you find that actually a lot of them may like to day trade, but they may be better suited to some of the swing trading strategies that we teach and stuff like that. Can you trade in the Asian session? Yes, of course you can. Okay. Any days better to trade than others and same for sessions. Days is a difficult thing because it really depends on what's coming out on that particular day. So I wouldn't necessarily say days is something that we keep high on the list. Sessions, for sure. We only day trade during the European session or the UK session. So UK morning, UK afternoon. That's when we personally trade. It's not to say you can't trade at other times. We just find that we've been more successful trading then, and also we live in the UK, so it makes more sense. Okay? Giraffe is really difficult to say because I've had some great Mondays and Fridays. I've had some awful middle of the weeks and vice versa. So from a day perspective, it's difficult to say, to be honest with you. Okay, so now that we've got the time and schedule out of the way, once you've decided whether you can or can't do it, how do you approach it? I said just now that for longer term trading, you obviously need to plan your trade. Hold on. Excuse me, I'm getting a sore throat here. So you need to, you have a lot of time to plan your trade, think about it, all of that kind of good stuff. Well, with day trading, you still need to make a plan. You can't necessarily plan every single individual trade, but you'll know what your trading business plan looks like, so you know what your setup looks like. But you still need to create a plan. So you need to try and establish a bias or an expectation for the day. So you know what you're going to do in every eventuality. All right. Having said that, you do not want to get married to any one trade idea. When I'm trading, I may look at the charts and I may say, well, on the dailies, it's down. There's momentum to the downside. So I'm looking for short opportunities. Wonderful. However, that doesn't mean I won't take a long opportunity. If a long opportunity presents itself, I'll take it. I just probably won't ride it for as much as I would would ride a short opportunity because a short opportunity is in the direction of the daily trend. So if I'm going long in a downtrending market, that's not a problem. Downtrending on the daily, I mean. But but I will keep a closer eye on it. So I won't just sit there and leave. I won't give it as much room to tell me it's wrong, if that makes any sense.